Everybody, and welcome to the K Cup of Joe. This one is on Monday morning, so hopefully we can make your Monday just that bit better. I'm your host, Kevin Rollins, and this is my co-host, Joe.
Hi.
So, anyways, it's been a long weekend, very long weekend, and we hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we hope you scored big on Black Friday, but the
Oh
deals
yeah.
probably did suck.
Yep. It's been one of the most underwhelming Black Fridays
Ever.
since I actually started Black Friday shopping for models.
Yeah, it's been one of those Black Fridays that we can probably forget.
Yeah. I mean, every retailer overhyped it. No surprise. But it just sucked more than normal.
Yeah, I mean, normally it's pretty good at least one place. 3,000 Toys didn't have that much. I mean, they did have
Yeah.
quite a bit on sale, but it wasn't construction stuff that we would be interested in. And
Yeah. I mean,
diecastmalls.co, the best they did was probably 30 or $44 for that 775
yep.
and $37 for all the loaders.
I mean, no doubt they had the better deals, but
But they just didn't
no one
have.
even tried to touch them, which is kind of disappointing. DHS put the 775 on sale as well. They're the freaking distributor for Tonka models or the cat ones, or were the distributor, and they won what 60 or 70 for it, and it was on
Yes.
sale there.
And still diecastmalls.co prevailed.
Yeah,
They probably sold
as
more of
much
them
as I
than
don't like to
fucking.
say that.
They probably sold more of them than DDHS did.
Yeah.
Diecastmalls.co, that is. So, anyways, it's been
Well, I
a
guess they just
go for it.
yeah, they basically just rolled DHS for distributing them.
Yeah, it's been one of those weekends that I'd be willing to forget as well because my phone sort of kicked the bucket.
Oh.
Finally,
Well, my phone didn't kick the bucket, but uh, both of my charging cables did.
and by that he means he had two unwelcome pussies. I mean cats, and not the good
Well,
kind either.
one of them just sat in the hallway, didn't do anything, and the other one kicked the door in and chewed through the wires in multiple places.
Do you still have the cats with you?
No, they're like 200 miles away at my cousin's house.
Thank God.
Yeah, they're not my cats.
I know they weren't, but I was wondering if you still had them with you.
No,
That's
one
when
of
you
them
get a
would be
cat
fine, but
sitter.
the other one, I mean, one of them was fine, and the other one was the actual wire chewer.
The one that just sat in the hallway, nothing is a good one.
Yeah, it was just like if you go down the hallway, it's like, oh, hi, bro.
What's up, bro? You
Bye.
know that's something I've never actually heard you say before.
That's basically what. No, it was just like sitting. It was just sitting in the hallway and just staring at you, and then just like,
Yeah, bro.
meh.
See, you're walking down the
Yeah.
hallway there. That's none of my business though. But you know what's happening, bruh.
Yeah.
So, anyways, of course, the big news lately has been the WSI American Series trucks, aka just a redo of the Sword ones, redistributed as WSI, and we should get them within the next month.
Yeah. I wouldn't trust that estimate, but that's just me.
I'm not dealing with exactly Sword here, we're dealing with W. Even though the trucks are made
Oh
by
yeah.
Sword originally.
Basically, there's zero R&D work they need to do because they just need to ship the tooling, and that's it.
Pretty much. Let's put it this way. The trucks are already perfected, so there's nothing WSI has to do but put them in a new box. AKA
Yeah.
their own box. And then take all the credit for the model, which will obviously do because they're greedy fucking pigs. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to the first episode of K Cup of Joe, and
Yep.
it will be explained. And by the way, I listened to it as much as I hate hearing myself talk, and I realized that was a pretty good episode. Two guys
That
just sitting there
yeah.
fucking talking off into space doing absolutely nothing. One was fucking
You,
destroyed on caffeine, and the other one was just sitting there calmly like always. I'll let you take a guess which one was which. But I mean, WSI, they're fucking pigs. They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, we made the models. Sword did absolutely nothing." I would not be surprised by that. I mean, they're gonna cheat people of
mm,
credit all the time. I mean, I must go back to the whole issue from earlier this year with a certain YouTuber. So yeah,
well, but the only good thing that's coming through this is, well, the models will actually be affordable again, and all the prices from the profiteers that hoarded the original runs are gonna plummet.
you know what? If you're one of those sellers that actually skyrocketed the prices and actually sold them, you should feel fucking proud of yourself.
Yeah.
As if you're the buyer, you should feel like a fucking idiot. But if you're the seller, you should be proud of yourself. Just saying. There's two sides to every story, and on this one, the buyer should feel like a fucking idiot. The seller should feel pretty proud of himself.
Yes. Guess.
So, but I mean, when something goes out, there are people willing to pay more than reasonable prices for stuff. Well, I should say less than reasonable.
Yeah.
They're willing to pay more than it's really worth. Let's put it like that. Like the Hitachi 450. I finally have the model. I'd say it's worth about $50, but people are willing to pay 80, 90, 100 and even more. And
Yeah.
then there's those people like to hoard them.
Well, I mean, I've heard some people, they said that they wouldn't take any less than 100 for a boxed one.
I'll take mine and it had a broken track. You know how you fix that? You fucking buy a 470. Then you fucking strip its undercarriage. But for me, not having a 470 previously, I had to buy a second one and you just have the 470 model. Otherwise, I'd feel bad about stripping one of them.
Mm,
So, you know, that's how that works.
yeah.
Sadly, but truly. But another thing, the Mack trucks from Menards in 148 scale. Joe, you have a little bit of information on them.
Well, I mean, they were, I guess, originally made by some company that made models for, you know, backdrop pieces or just accessories for O-scale train layouts. And then Menards being a place that sells trains as well.
Actually,
Back
not
in, I
really.
believe, what?
They don't really do. They only do during the holiday season. Actually, when I bought mine, of course, I went there one time early on in the autumn season. Um, get the reference. Sorry, inside joke. Fucking they didn't have them, but obviously they have toys during the holiday season, and
Yeah.
that Menards is actually the place I got my first Norscot, or I should say, well, yeah, Norscot Cat excavator, which was the 164 scale 385, some 7 years ago. It's hard to believe it's literally been 7 years.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was a cool piece. I'd love to get another one because you know it has some, and I still have the original one. But it would be cool to have another because it does have some sentimental value, if you know what I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
But the Menards trucks, they're really nice. And the thing about it is, though, they also have pickup trucks, heating and cooling vans, and stuff like that. They also got a Ford F350 flatbed as well. And that's in 143rd scale, so it's a step up. It's in the normal car scale. So, in 143rd scale, there's a difference, but it's not massive of a difference.
Yeah.
But there still is a noticeable difference. They also got the train layouts, as Joe said, and those are 150 scale. and I actually seen them tonight when I went in there. Unfortunately, they didn't have any of the Mack trucks. Sorry, I tried to get you one, but they didn't have any of the Macks. They had plenty of the Fords, but none of the Macks.
Yeah.
Probably some undeserving
Yeah.
little fucking brat child's gonna get them, but you know. But anyways, they did have the trains. They also got little skid
Yeah.
steers that look like those little annoying. What is it? The HPW or HWP or something like that. The New Hollands. They look like
No,
that, but
the
in a very
Kubota ones
very.
just repainted.
Hmm.
They're actually the Kubota models, but then they're just repainted in a generic yellow.
Really?
Yeah, they're the exact same things.
Who reviewed that? Wasn't it Tommy?
Yeah, he had that one.
Uh, oh yeah, he asked us not to say his last name anymore. By the way,
Yeah.
Diecast Emporium, ladies and gentlemen. He works for the someplace. I
Mm-hmm.
the I'll get to this in a second. But anyways, so it's literally just a generic skid steer. It's the same as the Kubota, but
Yeah, it's
generic.
just a Kubota painted yellow.
How much do them Kubotas cost? Like $14?
No, they're like 6 or 5 or 6.
Oh, I could get one over there for. I could get two for 7.
Yeah, I mean, you can even like order a case of them on the Menards website for like a lot cheaper.
Let's put it this way: Menards is a family-owned business, and by the way, if you guys are NASCAR fans, Paul Menard is the son of the owner of Menards. That's why he has the Menards
Mm.
sponsorship. It isn't just a coincidence. Just saying. So
But
that
anyway,
he has the Menards sponsorship for life because his dad owns it. So you know.
yeah. But I first found out about the Menards Macks because I don't know why, but some something showed up in my email inbox from I signed up for like the Walters catalogs mostly because of the 187 scale stuff. So then they updated saying that Menards was giving away a Mac if you bought a train car or something. So I tried to find out if I could just get the truck alone, and it turned out you could for around $10, and that was back in August.
Here's the thing, though. Actually, when I went in there tonight, it showed it, and it showed them on sale for 6.
Huh.
So I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but I wanted to get two, one for Patrick because we have a trade deal. Of course, that's probably not going to work out now. I'm probably just going to send him mine
Hmm.
because trade deal,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to get yours because you like Macks.
Yeah.
So, and I promised it to you, and I will get it to you. And it is in 148 scale. So if you don't know, and you're completely new to this, what was that?
Who knows?
Um, if you're a noob, and yes, we're gonna start using that term. If you're a noob to this, it's the same scale that CCM produces their scale models. So, with that said, you can transport your 349 buckets or whatever on there, or as I do, I use it as a display piece for my 775 wheels.
Yep.
But now what was I? What was I saying it into?
I don't know. I don't read your mind.
You should be able to. You know me well enough. Of course,
Uh,
you should probably know what I'd be thinking, which is normally, where the fuck did I put my Coke?
mm,
Or where the fuck did I put my phone?
did your phone just like blow up? Was that what the sound was?
My phone's already dead. It's been dead for about a week now.
Oops.
About a week ago. But I think that may have been my iPod
Mm.
that I ever so graciously borrowed from my girlfriend.
Okay.
And it's blue, and I just don't like the color of the blue. I'd rather have the gold one, to be honest. But the Mac, it is a very nice
Well,
model, nonetheless. Joe, I showed it to you, and it is a nice model.
yeah.
It's in like a vintage Menards livery.
Yep.
But they do have the train stuff, and now that I know it's the same as the Kubota skid steers, wait, aren't those 150th?
Ish.
I was thinking they was though by the side, so I'm probably gonna have to go back and pick them up. But they got train stuff at this time of year. They got a bunch of Dio stuff, which is awesome. They got like snow covered trees and stuff. So if you live near Menards, and I'm not speaking for yours by the way, but if you live near a Menards, chances are they do have toys and stuff like that, and models because models are not toys.
Yeah.
Anyways, they have like frosted trees and stuff like that, and they look really cool. I was tempted to pick some up, but since I'm not doing a
Yeah.
winter themed dio, there's no real use of spending the money over fucking something you're not gonna use productively, even though it would be cool, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, another thing, the Model News 24-hour live stream, dude. We're less than 3 weeks away.
Oh yeah.
No, we are seriously less than 3 weeks away. So, guys, come really fast, fast, and but less than 3 weeks away, and the about it for a little bit of time, but I'm sure it's going quite well. I mean, obviously Sal is
Yeah.
repainting it, and it's actually painted. I don't know about the decals. Gotta say this for the Canadian decals, but I think he said he'd have it shipped out by Saturday, so that was in a sense now 2 days ago. But honestly, it's still 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks away, so But it is the most busiest time of the year,
Oh yeah.
so you know,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be sad to get it and then have to give it away because it's so nice. It really will be sad to give
Yeah.
it away.
I can feel that.
But anyways, yeah, the 24-hour stream giveaways. We're gonna have some of you guys on the show. We're gonna be talking for a long fucking period of time. By a long period of time, I mean literally one full Earth
Definitely.
rotation. By we, I mean me, because I'm the one fucking stupid enough to host this thing. And Joe will probably be on vacation. Won't you?
Yeah. I'll see what we do.
But yeah, so anyways, God, we're getting really close to that time of year, and I don't know, it's just that wonderful, wonderful time where Christmas music is always
Yeah.
playing, and there's always traffic, and the post office is always backed the fuck up, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
wait forever for the simplest little thing, and
Oh yes,
delays.
White Death on the ground.
Huh?
White Death on the ground, to quote Tommy.
Seaman? Oh, wait. Snow, yes. Well, now here's my mentality for that one. I know you question a lot of the shit I say, but think about it. Children will run you fucking out of money very fast. I mean, look at our parents. They're fucking hate some of us. Because my parents hate me because I spent so much of their money as a child buying models, but then I got my own and started buying my own 2 years ago. So that's the thing. If my son ever wants models, I'm gonna tell him to go get a job or take a hike because these things are gonna get fucking expensive in 20 years.
Yeah, they were really getting expensive within like a year or two.
But think
So
about it
that,
in 20.
within the time that we've been here, they've gone up in price.
Now I wonder, like, if the models that we have now, like, it should be like the vintage models in 20 years.
Well, I
Because
mean,
knowing the future, we're probably gonna have lights and all this good stuff or whatever. It's gonna be fucking weird.
hmm,
We're probably gonna have little, guys that actually move or something like that or whatever. There's gonna be some weird shit in 20 years. I guarantee you there's going to be lights.
Hmm.
But in 20 years, is like the models that we have now, are they going to be vintage technically? And one thing I'm curious about is in 20 years, what are our excavators going to look like? What are our
Hopefully, they
loaders
look
going to look
nothing
like?
like the Volvo concepts or the Doosan concepts.
I fucking hope not.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I technically don't think much will change because you look at how they tried to do radical new concepts 20 years ago, and then look where they are now.
But let's put it this way though. The E series fucking brand new design. Like literally it's a clean sheet of paper. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Everyone hated that design at first. Now it's all we think of, really.
Hmm.
So, in 20 years, what is our equipment going to look like? Our scrapers already look like fucking Volkswagen cars in the front. They actually don't, but it was a good reference. You know, like seriously. Now, back in the day, excavators looked like fucking boxes with booms. Look at old 200 series. They were literally a box with a boom with a overhanging counterweight.
Yeah.
They literally were such a simplistic design. And then we get the L series, and then the BL, CL, and DL, where everything's a lot more rounded off. And
Well, technically, just the straight 300 series would have been.
true. Well, then there's the 336 that's sort of more boxular, except for the counterweight. But I will admit the 330 or 3 whatever does look good. Also, I'm going to be taking the quick coupler off of my 336 E because I just don't like it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, now here's the thing. If you were a modeler, it's perfectly fine to modify your models to your specification. I don't like the quick couplers on the 336D. Why? Because it's a soft, plastic, fragile piece of shit. So, Joe, I have a right to take that off if I please, just as long as I do it carefully.
Yeah.
That's
Just
just
as
like
long as the dog bones don't break and the stick breaks in half.
no, that's just like an iPhone, for example. If you
Mm.
don't like the home button for whatever reason, you like the older one better, you can put a new one. Well, actually, you can't do that anymore though. I can explain why, and this is probably what happened to mine. The fingerprint scanner on your iPhone, and this is gonna be a good lesson for you if you ever want to try to fix or repair your iPhone. Here's a good lesson. There's actually a little microchip in there, and it has to be the original home button or for the phone to work properly, or even work at all. If it's not the original home button, your phone will not work, or at least the sixes. Now the 5S, it will work, but you will lose the Touch ID privilege. But if it's the 6, you have to have the original home button, or the phone will not work. So that's the tip of the day.
Mm. Well,
You
I never had to deal with a Touch ID thing, so.
Now here's the thing: you can do it for a couple days without the home button, but here's the problem: once your phone goes to an update, which mine is set for automatic updates, which I probably should have done, and it'll tell you to plug it into iTunes, and after you go through the hours of agony through that, it'll say error 53, which is a hardware error, and AT&T tried to say it was software. They're full of shit. So just saying. So it's a hardware error. So, just a little helpful hint there from
Yeah.
somebody who loves technology. As stupid as I seem on the show, I do actually like technology. Joe can confess that I do like to explore into technology and replace certain parts of things.
Yep.
Now, the reason my phone gave out was because the fingerprint scanner. All right, so I was replacing the speaker on my phone and the ribbon cable for the home button. And so I went to replace the entire heat shield on the back. And as I did so, um, the home button actually got caught on another part of the phone, another component, and a ribbon cable. So my phone's not going to be salvageable, pretty much.
Oops.
But pretty much on my phone, I've replaced the charger port, the battery, pretty much everything but the motherboard. To put it simplistically.
Yeah.
Now the old battery blew up, so
Oh boy.
well, it was after I took it out. Like I took it out, like there's actually like tack, like glue in there. It looks like tack too,
Hmm.
not like the asphalt tack. The white tack.
Yeah.
It was pretty much that. And after I pried the battery out, which didn't make it easy because my phone is a little bit arched because of constantly being in my pocket and in a case. You know, sort of, puffed up and it started smoking. I
Oh
Let's just put it
no.
this way: I poked a little bit of a hole in it, and I need to get a fire extinguisher.
Bad idea.
Well, not necessarily. It would have exploded if I didn't.
No, it was a bad idea to poke it though.
It would have exploded.
Mm.
The pressure would have caused it to explode. But you know
Uh,
what? At least in iPhones, this is the main defense. About people saying that iPhones are junk. Android phones have a tendency to blow up because it's easy to take the battery out, but if that battery overheats, it will expand and explode in your pocket,
well, I mean,
causing
I had
severe
points.
injury.
I used to own an Android battery with and sometimes the battery just heated up. It would feel like it wanted to burn you, and you had to like stick in the freezer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the battery. Yeah, the battery on my second Droid, the Razor M, that claimed to have lasted 48 hours. It would barely last 6
Mm-hmm.
because it would want to burn down all the time. I had the internal thermometer, and it was all during the summer. It wasn't uncommon for it to see 45 Celsius, which is like 113 degrees Fahrenheit.
The phone. So
Yeah.
now the only time my phone I've ever gotten a heat warning was on the paver, the RP 190 when I was paving the roundabout. But that's kind of explanatory because asphalt on a May Day, which May and June in Indiana are fucking blistering. I mean, like, we'll get up to like 105 at times. Of course, in the winter, we get down to -15, but, in July, it's sort of. July is always mild. It gets like to 60s as high when you get into like the mid July. But when it gets to early August, it blisters again.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Here's the thing I learned: always get pizza when you're paving. You know why? The pizza stays very warm on the paver. As weird as that sounds, you always want to put the pizza on the screed. Like, don't put
Well,
it directly.
technically,
Put the
then you could what? Then
box.
you could reach MREs that way.
Put the box on the screed, and it will stay perfectly warm. It will stay nice and melty. At least the cheese will. If you have a problem about not eating pizza where the cheese is sort of aged a little bit on it and it's no longer like that melty cheese, just put it on the screen of the paver. It'll be fine. It just fresh out of the oven. Even
Yeah,
6 or
so like
7 hours
heating
later.
MREs, then sticking them on there. Yeah, basically like heating an MRE on the exhaust manifold.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, of course, people do that. People are
Yeah.
crazy enough to do that.
Well, I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. So.
Yeah, and a man's got to eat. You know? There's that
Yeah.
saying, a man's got to eat. So, anyways. So I think we're going to get ready and wrap this one up. I know it's a little bit short, but we're both tired.
Yeah, I mean, well, a couple more theories about the Black Friday stuff. Was like, I don't know. It just seems that a lot of people have lacked in sales this year, and to be honest, some of the less significant retail holidays have had even bigger sales this year than Black Friday. So I don't even know. Maybe it's just because certain models that people want can never be on sale because they're just more expensive than, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the whole point of it was to clear inventory, and I guess that's what they tried to do, so
Clear
can't
out.
exactly blame anything.
Of course, a lot of the Tonkin items have been going on sale.
Yeah, because Diecast Masters is gonna like come and like reissue them. So I guess Tonkin's gotta clear as much as they can.
And this is actually a good time to get Tonkin models too, because if you think about it, over time, Tonkin models are going to become rare and rare, at least the Catwoods, because they only had really a 2 year production run.
Yeah, I don't know. They never really. I mean, they never really were limited. It's not like.
Yeah, but I mean, like the original ones, like the we always like to talk about, some of the original Northcott models being like the D10N, but those were originally and stuff like that. Those were originally made by Ertl and NZG.
Well, I don't know. Well, D10 and that was like an Ertl and yeah. I mean, I don't think not many NZG models were actually reissued by Northcott though.
But here's the thing, though. I mean, I'm just saying that it's really get your Tonkin models now because they will be worth a little bit more than the Diecast Masters edition. Them actually running the current Tonkin models for quite some time. Writing them through and getting what they can.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, I don't know if that anyone's gonna actually just gonna pay for a different logo on the bottom of the model.
Honestly, I'm just glad I got the original run. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I mean, the only issue I would probably see is like getting them soon to avoid a future price increase when they get reboxed. But
That too. I could see the prices going down, to be honest.
eh,
Because let's put it this way: Norse got to increase their prices because they were in, and they were trying to pay that back to custom diecast of New Zealand or wherever the fuck it
no,
is,
custom originals.
whatever the fuck it is. And they were funding Northcott. Northcott had to pay them back, which they failed to do. So they had to increase the prices to sort of make up the deficit. But now Diecast Masters doesn't have any debt, as far as we know. They're not in chaos. So I can see the prices starting to go down, to be honest.
Yeah.
And if they actually care about the collector, which they claim they do, then they would knock the prices down just a little bit. And you know what's funny? I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
some
they
of their
claim that they're
representative
listening, but
I think
Tonkin said they would listen, but I mean, they only listened for like 2 months and then stopped. So
no, I'm gonna say this. I think some representative watches this show because it's very coincidental. I will say that it seems like a couple days after we say something, they announce it. Like me and Sal, we talked about the 420 F2 possibly being announced. 2 days later, they announce it, which was probably previously in the works. We've been talking. I've been especially vocal about a zero tail swing. Guess what? There's rumors of a zero tail swing. So
the 6015B as well. Yeah.
pretty much, I think that they have been listening to us, and which is great. And I want to thank you to any of the representatives of anybody of any modeling company for listening to the show. And hopefully you take our opinions into consideration. As much as we are not appropriate, formal, or any of that in any way, shape, or form, we're still model collectors, just like you. And the only difference between us and you, and I'm talking to all collectors, the only main difference is that we have a recording software on our computers. And honest, I'll be honest, any person can record.
Yeah.
Also, within the we have a don't worry. I'm announcing the of the official club. There is an announcement within the next year or so. It'll probably be announced on the Kevin Show, not the show. Stay tuned for that. And also shirts. Give those away, but we're going to order them after the 24 to get size from which, somebody actually stopped me and said, wait, what if you get a shirt size wrong? Well.
Well, we're not gonna get it wrong, so.
By the way, guys, I just got the notification. The white 365 BL is now completed. Video 7 repaint video is now live. I probably shouldn't have said that, but anyways, guys, so we're gonna wrap this up, I think.
Yeah.
So, Joe, anything else?
Not really.
I think that's like the typical for you.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, I'm Kevin.
Oh, I'm Joe.
He does. I like how his tone changes every time he says his name. I'm Kevin. That's Joe, and we definitely thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next Kevin show. And we should have a new model source up here within the next day or so as well. That has been on my computer just sitting there to be uploaded. But we've been rectifying audio issues, which I think we do have corrected now. It actually,
Yeah, I mean, it would sound a lot better if it didn't sound like we're firing M240s at each other. So
yeah, but
yeah,
I went through every single XSplit file, which would explain the absence, and I found the issue. So took a lot of coding
yeah,
and stuff like that, but it worked. So, anyways, guys, so thanks for watching. Definitely appreciate it. Slap the fuck out of that like button, and yeah. So yeah, see ya
yep,
on the next episode. And probably the next
uh,
episode's probably gonna be the last episode before the 24-hour live stream.
yeah, likely.
It probably will be, to be honest. We're probably going to pre-record a show so we can actually upload that the week before the 24. But next show will probably be the last current upload of the K Cup of Joe before the
Yeah, we're looking
24.
at probably what the weekend of December 5th and 6th, or
Yeah,
possibly the next one.
yeah, and then after that, the week after, obviously the Saturday and Sunday of the oh shit, I completely 20 to 20. No, it's the 19th. The 19th and 20th, obviously, there's going to be no K Kappa Joe. And the week after that, there's probably not going to be any shows as we are recovering.
Yeah.
Or at least I will be, because I probably won't have a voice for a couple weeks. So my girlfriend will probably say, "Thank fucking Jesus, he finally shut the fuck up."
Oh boy.
So, anyway, thanks for watching. Just wanted to lay out the plan, and we'll talk to you guys.